The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town, its darkened windows like vacant eyes staring into the night. Locals whispered that it was haunted, that the family who had lived there generations ago had met with a terrible tragedy, and their spirits still lingered within its walls. Sarah and Mark, a young couple looking for a fixer-upper, ignored the rumors. The price was too good to pass up, and they were confident they could bring the dilapidated house back to life. They spent weeks cleaning and repairing, slowly making the house their own. But there was one room they avoided, the attic. The stairs leading up to it were creaky and unsettling, and a heavy, musty odor emanated from behind the locked door. One rainy afternoon, curiosity got the better of Mark. He found the old key hidden in a dusty drawer, and despite Sarah's unease, decided to explore the attic. The room was small and cramped, filled with forgotten relics of the past. Cobwebs hung like ghostly shrouds, and dust motes danced in the faint light filtering through a single grimy window. In the center of the room stood an old rocking chair, its wooden frame worn and scratched. As Mark stepped further into the room, the rocking chair began to move. Slowly at first, then with increasing speed, it swayed back and forth as if someone invisible was sitting in it. A chill filled the air, and Mark felt a prickling sensation on the back of his neck. He called out Sarah's name, his voice trembling slightly, but there was no response. The rocking chair continued its eerie dance, and a faint, almost inaudible whisper seemed to emanate from it. Mark backed away slowly, his heart pounding in his chest. He had to get out of this room, but as he reached the attic door, it slammed shut with a loud bang. He tried the handle, but it wouldn't budge. He was trapped. The whispering grew louder, more distinct now. It sounded like a woman's voice, filled with sorrow and despair. He couldn't make out the words, but the emotion behind them was palpable. Suddenly, the temperature in the room plummeted. Mark could see his breath fogging in the air. He huddled against the door, his eyes darting around the room, searching for the source of the chilling presence. Then he saw it. A faint, translucent figure began to materialize in the rocking chair. It was the silhouette of a woman, her head bowed as if in deep sorrow. Mark was paralyzed with fear. He wanted to scream, but no sound would come out. The ghostly figure slowly raised its head, and Mark could see her face, pale and gaunt, with eyes that seemed to hold centuries of sadness. The whispering intensified, and this time Mark could understand the words. "Leave. This place, it's not safe." The figure reached out a spectral hand towards him, and Mark felt an icy coldness wash over him. He finally found his voice and let out a terrified yell. Suddenly, the attic door burst open and Sarah stood there, her face pale with worry. She had heard his scream. Mark stumbled out of the attic, his body trembling uncontrollably. He could still feel the lingering coldness on his skin. The haunting image of the woman burned into his mind. They never went back into the attic. They sealed the door shut and tried to forget what had happened. But sometimes in the dead of night, they would hear a faint, creaking sound from upstairs, the ghostly rhythm of a rocking chair moving in the darkness. And they knew that the attic room and the sorrowful spirit within it would forever remain a chilling secret of their old house.